weeks. We've got Computer Works, Miss Linda serving soul food in the daytime. After the first of the year, we're going to start doing free music lessons for kids. Please go to Tipitinas.com to see what we're doing. We just want to thank you all for coming out here, for supporting this city. Please spread the word that New Orleans is alive and coming back. We need everybody's help. Please write to your government, tell them we need the levees or everything else doesn't mean shit. And we're going to survive by doing that and bringing back the music, the culture, the food, everything that is New Orleans. Everybody, please put your hands together for Mr. Arlo Guthrie.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, we have had the best last couple of weeks that we have had in our family in a very, very long time. And one of the things that you ought to know is that at some point about a month or so ago, I was watching the TV and watching your town here get kicked around by the natural disasters as well as the government ones, and we saw that unfold, and everybody was trying to think of what we could do, you know. And I saw a little scroll across the screen at some point, and it said that the Amtrak guys were resuming service to the Crescent City on the city of New Orleans, and I thought, well, it was like a light bulb went off in a part of my brain that I hadn't used in a while. And I thought, maybe there's something that we could do, you know. So I sent out a little email to my kids and to a few friends. I said, what do you think of this idea? And they must have sent it on to other people. And those other people must have sent it on to a few others. And within 20 minutes, I got an email from Richard Pryor and his wife Jennifer saying, if there's anything we can do to help, you can let us know. And I thought, man, I'd never met Richard. I'd always loved him like everybody else, but I thought, this could go somewhere. Somebody like him is calling me up. I mean, sending me email and stuff. 24 hours later, I got a phone call from Willie Neilson saying, if there's anything I can do, you just let me know. And I thought, uh-oh, we might actually have to do something here. So we decided that we were going to put this together, and what should have taken about a year worth of planning, we did, my daughters did in about 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it was, and they got this thing rolling. So we thought that the best way that we could help you guys down here was to, in some way, just do our small part. We're not a big outfit, we're not a big organization, but you know, back in the late 20s and the early 30s, my dad, like millions of others in America, got forced out of their homes with the 1-2 punch of Mother Nature and Wall Street combined, and they had to pick up from their farms and their families and their jobs and just go down the road looking for stuff to eat and looking for a job of some kind, and it took a very long time, decades of time. It took a president like Roosevelt to put the country back to work and to get everything moving, and I thought, you know, if there was ever a disaster on that scale, this is it. And so that we knew that we had to do something, and we got on this train, and we've been coming down here, and the faces and the smiles and the thumbs up and the high fives of all the people all along that mid-America, going all the way down from Chicago to here, just wishing us the best of luck and saying thanks for doing something. And it's changed our lives, I can tell you that. So we are so just proud to be here and happy to share this with you guys. And I'll just say one more thing before we get this thing rolling. And that is that when the curtain comes down on this at the end of tomorrow night, we will not stop our effort to continue to help. And we'll just keep it rolling until something happens. And I know it's going to take a lot, and this city's going to change, you know, it's never going to be the same. We all know that. And the question is, how is it going to change and what's going to happen? And I can tell you right now that the people who do the work will inherit the culture and inherit the city. And I think that's probably the way it ought to be. And so without saying any more, let me just get the show going, because you're going to be standing around for a long time tonight. There's a lot of people wanting to play for you. And the first guy is somebody I had never met before. He joined us in Chicago and has been playing all the way down the road, all the way down the line, I should say. And he's just become a great friend of ours, and he's a fabulous guitar player and a singer. He's from here. His name is Jack Neilson. Please welcome him.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Needless to say, a big thanks to Arlo Guthrie and his family, and the work they've done and put this together is pretty amazing, and I'm really lucky to be a part of this. We left Chicago with a farewell song with Arlo playing This Train is Bound for Glory. Now we're back in New Orleans somehow, and this is a song I first heard Arlo Guthrie play, and then life goes on, and then we leave on a train bound for glory back to New Orleans. And there's no words, I just started playing. Yeah. So big thanks to Arlo Guthrie and his family. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? It's a hobo's lullaby. Do not think about tomorrow. Let tomorrow come and go. Tonight you're in a nice warm boxcar, safe from all the wind and snow. Know the police cause you trouble. They cause trouble everywhere. When you die and go to heaven, there won't be no police there. Know your clothes are torn and ragged, and your hair is turning gray. Lift your head and smile at trouble. You'll find happiness someday. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? It's a hobo's lullaby. It's a hobo's lullaby. Thank y'all. Thanks. got your wonder, your curiosity. Well, I hope you got your wonder, your curiosity too. If you're missing any of your ball, shame on you. Saw you in a sunset. Was it a sun going down, down, down? Well, I saw you in a sunset. Was it a sun going down, going down? Make your reservations early too, otherwise shame on you. Shame, 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 it was a shame on you. Shame, shame, there's nothing left for me to do. Keep it in your pocket, save it for a rainy day. She said, keep it in your pocket for a rainy day. And if you're running out of anything new, shame on you. Shame, 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 it was a shame on you. Shame, shame, there's nothing left for me to do. Hope you got your wonder, your curiosity too. Well, I hope you got your wonder, your curiosity too. If you're missing any of your love, shame on you, baby, shame on you. Oh, baby, shame on you, baby, shame on you. Baby, shame on you. Baby, shame on you. Baby, shame on you. Thank y'all. A song about Mother Jones, if y'all know Mother Jones. I found myself at her cemetery one day in Mount Olive, is where it is, if y'all may. Back when they just had the magazine, they never knew about the .com thing coming, but now they have both. I was driving north from my home. A sign would capture me right there, song. Without a warning, without a clue, Mother Jones, she came shining through the cornfields, winding road. Well, I got lost, quickly found a soul. She gave her Mother Jones, she came shining through. Mother Jones, Mother Jones, God's finger touched her and it took her home. She was a woman so filled with light. God's finger touched her, took her home that night. brothers gave a blessed soul to the world of another. Tell your sisters, come gather round, 'cause their feet are standing on sacred ground, telling a story, just making it right. Always remember, always at night. Mother Jones, Mother Jones, Mother Jones, Mother Jones, Mother Jones. Thank you all. Thanks. I'm going to play one more song here. There's such a big lineup coming up. You can't believe it. It's a wonderful show and a bunch of incredible people. Bobby didn't leave too much behind, except an awful lot of pain. And all the people who loved him so, standing out in the rain. He never knew he could be a half a century old. He never knew he could be a half a century old. Ricky had a party like yesterday, and all the children came over to play. His mom and dad think differently today. If Ricky only knew, he never knew we could be a half a century old. He never knew we could be a half a century old. And it was over at Borsodi's. We'd have a cup of tea, candles burning, 'cause they're always guiding me. And Anna, there's no words for her. The angels were so near, only a picture perfect smile. If only Anna was here. She never knew she could be a half a century old. She never knew we could be a half a century old. And Bobby didn't leave too much behind, except an awful lot of pain. And all the people here who love him so, standing out in the rain, standing in the rain, standing in the rain. Thank you all. Stick around. Incredible show. Thank you all for coming. Thanks.
Everybody, my name is Sarah Lee Guthrie. I'm Arlo's youngest daughter. I'm going to be your MC tonight, and not because I'm qualified. It was probably more like process of elimination. But I'll do the best I can to introduce these great players for you. Before I do, I wanted to, let you know we took a tour this morning around the 9th Ward, and couldn't really have any words to say about it, but just so you know, if we're choked up during our songs, it's because our songs are coming alive for you here, and it just means so much to us to be here for you. A few of us, after we took that tour, a few of us went to the Ogden Museum and played, and this next guy who's going to play for you was there, and he put a smile on just about everybody in that building, and it felt so good after what we had seen. And so I want to introduce you to, from Philadelphia, please welcome John Flynn.
Thank you. I'd like to do a song I wrote for the former Attorney General of the United States, John Ashcroft. After he passed a dress code for statues. You guys remember this? It was early. It was just after he got the job, and they said, well, you got to figure some stuff out when you start a new job. There's going to be lots of stuff you don't know, like, where the coffee pot is and where the restrooms are and where you're going to have your press conferences. They wanted to know where he wanted to have his press conference, and he said, the rotunda in the Hall of Justice. It's a majestic space. It'll add gravitas. Problem was that this particular spot was already occupied by a statue. A beautiful statue called the Spirit of Justice. A statue of a young maiden clad in a toga, her arms upraised, exalting this noblest of concepts and experiencing what they used to call in olden days a toga malfunction. So when Mr. Ashcroft was on TV, the home audience didn't know which boob to look at. So being a man of action, he appropriated $8,000 to have a drape made for a statue. Ladies and gentlemen, some songs just write themselves. As I mentioned, the statue was formerly known as the Spirit of Justice, but Justice Department employees have always, for many decades, referred to her as Minnie Lou. Hall of Justice, vestibule, in front of your pedestal, Mr. Ashcroft did commence to hold the weekly press conference. But the Attorney General boiled, 'cause the photo ops were spoiled by the sight of statues lewd, alabaster pulchritude. Oh, Minnie Lou, there was nothing we could do. Cops won't let you drive about with one of your headlights out. Now, Grecian statues tend to be known for taking liberties. When it comes to togs and frocks, still the general was shocked. Fix that statue, Ashcroft cried. Makes me look undignified. Some decorum is a must. By George, it's dignity or bust. Oh, Minnie Lou, sing it with me. There was nothing we could do. Cops won't let you drive about with one of your headlights out. He said, our eyes should not absorb this statue's pert alfresco orb. A little modesty is best. Please, someone cover up the breast. So they got somebody sharp, $8,000, and a tarp that they found in the garage to obfuscate the décolletage. Oh, Minnie Lou, there was nothing we could do. Cops won't let you drive about with one of your headlights out. Now photos show no marble globe perched behind old John's earlobe. Message could not be more clear. No milk of human kindness here. But art is ours for treasuring. So if it makes blood pressure sing, cut back on the sodium and move the freaking podium. Oh, Minnie Lou, come on and sing it out. There was nothing we could do. Cops won't let you drive about with one of your... One more time, sing it for Janet Jackson. Oh, Minnie Lou, there was nothing we could do. 'Cause cops won't let you drive about with one of your headlights out. Cops won't let you drive about with one of your headlights out. Welcome to the stage, my friends. Kali Baba, Abe Guthrie, and Gordon Titcomb, please. I'd like to do you a song that it's about, I guess basically it's about showing up on the front porch of a friend who's hurting. And that kind of feels like what we're doing this weekend. And just seemed like a good song to sing tonight. It's called That's What Friends Do. Don't be so surprised to find me at your door. I know you said you were okay, but I had to be sure you were finding ways to keep your spirit strong. I don't know how it works here, but back where I come from, that's what friends do. That's what friends do. Though your compass points to magnetic north, sometimes you'll stand at a crossroads looking back and forth. Some say play it safe, some say play it smart. A friend will be the one who's asking you what's in your heart, 'cause that's what friends do. That's what friends do. When you're in a staring contest and the weirdness doesn't blink, platitudes get left like unwashed dishes in the sink, and you need someone to swear you're not as crazy as you think you are. That's what friends do. friend is there for you anytime at all. This world leaves you feeling kinda used up, kinda small. Sometimes we need to laugh, sometimes we need to cry, sometimes we need to love somebody without knowing why. And that's what friends do. That's what friends do. Don't be so surprised to find us at your door. We know you said that you were cool, but we had to be sure. You guys are finding ways to keep your spirits strong. I don't know how it works here, but back where I come from, that's what friends do. That's what friends do. All right, man, now I have so many people coming up here. Let's see. We're going to bring up the rest of the band, Xavier. I'm going to bring up the wonderful, amazing, actually heroes of mine after this week, the Guthrie sisters, Annie, Kathy, and Sarah Lee Guthrie, to sing with me. And all the way from Philadelphia this afternoon, from the University of Delaware, my son, Sean. He blew off finals to be here. Well, you know, they tell me that Elvis used to write, he used to shoot out his television sets. He used to shoot out his TV sets. That's something I could never understand up until the last couple years, that impulse to shoot your television set, you know. It makes perfect sense to me now. I just can't afford to do it. So I write songs at my TV, and I wrote this next song back at the beginning of the summer when I looked up at the TV screen and I saw my neighbors, my friends and neighbors, sitting on the southern border of the state of Arizona in folding chairs and lawn furniture with rifles on their laps, you know? And it seemed like such a broken picture to me. And the words to the chorus of this song occurred to me. The words are, I want to go where there's no them there, there's no us there, somewhere we share what we're given. This ain't living, and I'm dying to go. I want to go where there's no them there, there's no us there, somewhere we share what we're given. This ain't living, and I'm dying to go. It's more than intuition or a strong suspicion, a whole lot more than wishing. I know it in my heart. Races, creeds, and nations are false separations, and we can replace them with love. It's time to start I want to go where there's no them there, there's no us there, somewhere we share what we're given. This ain't living, and I'm dying to go. The colors of the rainbow bend together and show how we can blend also if we just look beyond the things that divide us to what is inside us. May their beauty guide us from this dark road we're on. I want to go where there's no them, there's no them there, there's no us, there's no us there, somewhere we share what we're given. This ain't living, and I'm dying to go. Gordon Titcomb. Fear we've learned to cherish, and all the hate we're taught to nourish. A world of hope may perish if soon we do not find a brand new way of seeing, a brand new way of freeing our fellow human beings by simply being kind. I want to go where there's no them there, there's no us there, somewhere we share what we're given. This ain't living, and I'm dying to clap your hands. I want to go where there's no them there, there's no us there, somewhere we share what we're given. This ain't living, and I'm dying to go. I'm dying to go. God bless you. Thanks.
Thank you, John Flynn. I told you he'd put a smile on your face. We've just really loved having him on the tour. I'm going to take the opportunity to thank all of you for coming out tonight. Thank you so much on such short notice. You know, we just added this night about 4 days ago, so thank you so much for being here. I also want to put out a thanks to a lot of our sponsors here. Thank you so much, Amtrak, to making this possible, giving us a ride from Chicago all the way down through Memphis and Kankakee and all those places that we hear about, you know, in the song and stuff. You know, I actually, you know, for the first time rode that train, and it was the first time that my dad had ridden that train, and we got on the train that first night and sang the City of New Orleans, and it kind of just hit home. It was like, oh my gosh, you know, my whole life has been this song, and here we are, and, you know, here to help, and it was great. It felt wonderful. Thank you, Amtrak, for making that possible. I want to also thank Gibson. Gibson has been a sponsor and helped us. They've brought guitars down here for us to give away. Thank you so much to Gibson. I'm going to save the rest for later because right now I'm going to bring on 3 sisters who have been on this whole tour with us. Amazing singers. They are just incredible. And you know, I have 3 sisters as well, but my whole family's on this tour. But along the way, I think we've all really become one big family. And I want to introduce to you from Ithaca, New York, the Burns Sisters.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. It's a sad story that brought us here, but we're really happy that we're here, and the important thing is hope. And not letting anyone take over the city and bringing it back and keeping the awareness here.
And the people of New Orleans are so courageous and brave, and thank you so much for
I love the defiant spirit.
being so courageous.
Sweet babe, a golden cradle holds thee. Soft thy mother's arms enfold thee. I will guide thy infant slumber. Angels watch by night. Shoo, shoo, Shiloh, Loo, Loo, lie low. So sleep, my babe, and dream away sorrow. Peace until you wake tomorrow. Fairest flowers are strewn before thee. Sweet birds warble o'er thee. Shoo, shoo, Shiloh. Loo, loo, lie low. Shoo, shoo, Shiloh. Loo, loo, lie low.
This is Bernice Regan tune. We will not bow down to, oh no, sexism. Oh no, and we will not bow down to, oh no, racism. Oh no, and we will not bow down to injustice. Oh no, we will not bow down to exploitation. What you gonna do? I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. No, we won't tolerate no sexism. No, and we won't tolerate no racism. No, and we won't tolerate no injustice. Oh, oh, we won't tolerate no exploitation. What you gonna do? I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. Oh, we will not bow down. We will not bow down. We won't tolerate. We won't tolerate. We will not obey. We will not obey. And we will not bow down. We will not bow down. What you gonna? I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand.
to invite Gordon, Abe,
And Kali Baba.
the Kali Baba,
Tim.
and Tim, and who's ever
We're bad with last names, but we've all just met really on this tour, and man, have we
Gordon
had fun.
Titcomb. Abe Guthrie. Kali Baba. Okay.
got a little sound for the banjo. Yeah, baby. Hey.
This is an old song, a traditional song, and I wanted to do it tonight after driving around the neighborhoods and seeing those beautiful live oak trees that have stood through these storms.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're almost ready. I'm as free a little bird as I can be. I'm as free a little bird as I can be. Gonna build my nest in a live oak tree where the bad boys cannot bother me. Well, if I was a little bird, I'd never build my nest on the ground. No, I'd build my nest in a live oak tree where the bad boys cannot knock it down. 'Cause I'm as free little bird as I can be. I'm as free little bird as I can be. Gonna build my nest in a white oak tree where the bad boys cannot bother me. Come on, Gordon. Well, if I was a little fish, I'd never bite a hook or a line. Though I'd swim way out to the middle of the sea, leave all the big fish behind. 'Cause I'm as free a little bird as I can be. I'm as free little bird as I can be. Gonna build my nest in a white oak tree where the bad boys cannot bother me. Well, if I was a little bee, I'd never get my honey from the hive. No, I'd spray out food of my darling's lips. Back to the hive I would fly. 'Cause I'm as free little bird as I can be. Tweet, tweet. I'm as free little bird as I can be. I'm gonna build my nest in a white oak tree where the bad boys cannot bother me. I'm gonna build my nest in a white oak tree where the bad boys cannot bother me. Tweet, tweet.
All right,
We'd like to bring all the G-babes.
oh, the feminine energy.
Whoa, baby.
Okay, I don't know what's going on there, but anyway,
Annie did that.
we're gonna get Annie Guthrie, Sarah Lee Guthrie, Kathy Guthrie,
And Amy Nelson.
Amy Nelson up here to sing. And to be on this tour with the Guthrie family has been just inspiring. Just to see everybody, they do everything. They do the sound, they do the moving around, they organize everything, and then they sing like birds. So
Tweet, tweet.
incredible. Anyway, here's a song for all you women out there called God Made Woman.
On the first day he made heaven and earth, when he split the night from the day, he put the sun in the sky and taught the birds to fly, and the oceans how to make some waves. He made a big strong man to work the land, but he wasn't having any fun, and God made a woman. He knew his work was done. A few mistakes, but when things went wrong, she just got stronger as she learned to drive her demons away. Hey, God made a woman for heaven's sake. Hey, yeah, he made a woman, and nothing's ever been the same. No, he made a woman. God made a woman, yeah. God made a woman, hey, because the world needs love. God made a woman, hey, yeah. Thank you so much. All right, Guthrie sisters. All right.
How about it one more time for the Burns sisters? Not bad, not bad. Those beautiful voices. I love to hear them sing. I'm going to go ahead and thank some of the rest of the sponsors here. A big thanks to Music Cares for the administrative work and a lot of the logistics they provided for us. Also, Jay Goldberg, Events and Entertainment, for helping us find the venues for this tour. Big thanks to them. And a huge thanks to the Tipitinas Foundation for all of the good work that they do. Thank you so much for having us. Before, while we were riding down on the train, my dad and I were sneaking a cigarette off the back of the train. I don't know if I can say that. Can I say that? And about a mile outside of town, I was looking off to the left there, and I spotted a sign. It was written on a piece of wood, and it was spray painted in orange, and it said, "Together we will rise above the tide. Thank you, Arlo." And I just thought, man, we're really getting it out there, It's even if it's just the awareness or whatever it is, it's getting out there. And I've had a smile on my face ever since I saw that sign. And I don't know if that guy's here, but thank you. I'm going to bring up a guy now who, at the beginning of the tour, we all thought he was really strange, to be frank. But we've all really come to love him, and he's got a CD out there like a lot of others. And I guess I should take the opportunity to say that all these artists, because they've come here for free, they've donated their time, their money, their travel, their expenses. The only way they're getting some of that back is through their CDs. So please support the artists that have come out on this tour. So please welcome, I think you're really gonna like him, from Austin, Texas, Ramsay Midwood.
Said the captain of the ship got a trouble in mind. Said a reeling and a rocking on the ship so long. I'm a reeling and a rocking on the ship so long. Well, we searched this ship from the bottom to the top. They found Brother Jonah laying fast asleep, way down yonder in the hull of the ship. They took Brother Jonah by the hands and the feet, threw Brother Jonah overboard. I said a reeling and a rocking on the ship so long. I'm a reeling and a rocking on the ship so long. Well, the water wheel come along and swallowed him whole, puked him up on the dry land. Then a gourd vine growed over Jonah's head, and an inchworm come along and cut it down. That lived across over Jonah's head. I said a reeling and a rocking on the ship so long. I'm a reeling and a rocking on the ship so long. Hog tied to his cash station, the shadow mayor of tiny town. Got his mind on your money and his honey's running down his leg, long gone, double time and then some. Said your ship's off course, Lord, you're blown to sea. Yo, but true love is miles from here, and the town is gripped by fear. So you're bound for Baltimore, Jack, with a Maytag strapped to your back. And you almost died in Douglas, Arizona. Said Warriors pills from a dirty old mama. Your heart reports what your hands can't see in this doggone menagerie. to Puerto Rican speed freak yellow. Commie truckers, united we stand, exhausted, spent, ill-equipped, and a gold tooth had just been chipped. Now the Burlington Northern got nothing on me. I traded Silver City for an old oak tree. Said your ship's off course, Lord, you're blown to sea. Your true love is miles from here, and the town is gripped by fear. I said a reeling and a rocking on this ship so long. I'm a reeling and a rocking on this ship so long. I said a reeling and a rocking on this ship so long. I'm a reeling and a rocking on this ship so long. Yeah. Well, we're happy to be here. We really are. I don't think any of us were truly prepared to see what we saw. First of all, everything I seen always had like a CNN right there on the bottom of it, so I didn't see that anywhere. But it went on for, I just expected like a neighborhood, you know. I didn't realize that it was neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood. And so it's we get it. And we stopped down there at the 9th Ward, and there was nobody there except for a group of fellows working on things, and they seemed real optimistic, you know, getting things done. And the guy gives me a card. It's Randy's Painting and Contracting, and he says, "My name's Randy Hooker." And I've been coming to New Orleans for a long time looking for Randy Hookers. This one does drywall, so. Doctors and lawyers, they won't do nothing for you. The parking attendant, a tax and I spend it. Suck it. God damn it. It'll get it. I'm going to repeat that last part. Some of you are talking. Doctors and lawyers, they won't do nothing for you. The parking attendant, a tax and I spend it. Suck it from the poor and make another war. It's the details on the TV news at 4. My old man says that's a paranoid construction. Cast your vote in the November election. I'm too tired to protest it. I don't even know if I'm against it. Home of the free, land of the free. So when everybody started picking on me, I'm just trying to get from here to there. Swear to the Lord, treat everybody fair. And I don't want no sympathy, a shake of howdy or a cup of tea. That's my state of mind right now. I think I'll go out and eat a cow. That's the truth as I know it to be. Here in the land of the free. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. 'Cause I drive a monster truck. That's my state of mind right now. I think I'll go out and eat a cow. That's the truth as I know it to be. Here in the land of the free. If you don't like it, you can kiss my ass, 'cause I drive a monster truck. I don't care how many letters they send. The morning came and the morning went. Pack up your money, pack up your tin, Lord, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come in. Oh, are we gonna fly, Lord, down in my easy chair? Well, a cowboy's life is a very dreary life. It's riding through the heat and the cold. Early every morning you will hear the boss say, "Get up, boys, it's the breaking of the day." So it's up for the ride with your little dreary eyes, and the bright dreamy night pass away. Where you talk about your farms and your Chinaman's charms, and talk about your silver and your gold. Well, the cowboy's life is a very dreary life. It's a riding through the heat and the cold. When springtime comes, double hardships are begun. The rain is so fresh and so cold, and we'll almost freeze from the water on our clothes, and the cattles you can scarcely hold. Well, cowboys, take my advice. When out for the roam, well, you better stay at home with your kind and loving little wife. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead. The Ramblin' Jack Elliott's coming up. He's got the right spirit. It's a cowboy spirit, going to make you get through it. Thank you very much. No give-ups and fuck-ups.
Thank you, brother.
That's Ramsay Midwood, everybody. We're going to take a short intermission right after this next gentleman who I grew up listening to. I call him my uncle. He used to come to our house for weeks at a time and park his motor home right next to my mom's teepees. And he'd stay there for a while, and I'm so glad I have the honor to do this. Although it's almost hard to know what to say. I think he probably needs no introduction. But please welcome my uncle, Ramblin' Jack Elliott.
You're absolutely right. That's what he used the other day. Have a good one, brother. Let's check the volume of the guitar and stuff out before you get going. You need a pick? You got your pick.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and strum a little bit. Yes.
I gotta play this barehanded. I'm gonna do one verse of San Francisco Bay Blues just to kind of get warmed up.
We'll make sure you know.
baby living by the San Francisco Bay. Ocean liner, she gone so far away. More vocal in the monitor. Didn't mean to treat her so bad. Best gal I ever have had. She said goodbye, like to make me cry. I wanna lay down and die. Haven't got a nickel, I ain't got a lousy dime. She don't come back, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. She ever come back to stay, spend another brand new day, walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. Well, I left the shores of San Francisco Bay quite a while ago. Would you please take one more picture? I don't know, I forgot to ask or say, but I can't remember any of the words to the songs I've been singing for the last 49 years. It cuts my brain in half. I'm sorry I didn't ask you before or tell you about it. Could we do that? I'll be glad to pose for you out in the street. Thank you. I'm just going to do one song. I wrote this song. I'm not a songwriter, but I did write this song after my first visit to New Orleans. It's a very long song, so I haven't sung it much lately because it takes about 14 minutes. But I'm going to do you the Reader's Digest version of a song called 912 Greens, which takes place at 912 Toulouse Street. That's the mystery of the... Nobody seems to understand what the meaning of the title was about, but it's just the address of the place where we wound up. Can you kill that echo or reduce it or something? I don't want... Echo. Can you cut the echo out? Oh, yeah, okay. Am I talking too loud? Okay. So anyway, we're traveling down from Unork Titty in a car that was all the way from California, an old Army car, a Plymouth painted blue, painted with a brush. And we went down through North Carolina visiting friends and visiting people up in the mountains and singing on the street and busking, and we wound up coming down the river into the city here. We had a name of somebody that... Please don't do that. I can't do the flash bit, honey. If I wanted to do that, I'd have gone to Hollywood. Where was I? Didn't even get here yet. We were looking for a fella named Billy Fair. Had his name. We wound up in Jackson Square, a place called Cafe Du Monde. Remember the sign, Cafe Du Monde. Billy was sitting right there at the table. We didn't see him at first because he was hidden by a big smoke screen of white sugar blowing off the tabletops from the beignets. know what Billy was supposed to look like. I didn't even realize I'd actually met him once before. We sat down and there he was, sure enough. His white shirt, white duck trousers, neatly blending into the aforementioned smokescreen cloud of confectionery sugar that's blowing off the beignets there on the table and the coffee. Billy invited us to come over to his pad. Just a short walk. 912. I didn't see no number. Wasn't no front way. We seemed to be going into a back alley where the garbage cans were stowed, and then you sort of climbed up over the fence. Now you're up. Now you're over. Landing lightly on the concrete in the patio. Watch out for that cat. Yeah, there was a gray cat. He seemed like he had 3 legs. He was hiding under the banana tree there by the fence. He invited me to join him in a little race up the stairs. He must have known that I had run track when I was in high school. I said, sure, and I raced him up the stairs. 3-legged cat. He beat me. It started to rain. Now my friend Frank, he was a singer, and he had that fine guitar style. And he used to sing this song called The South Coast that I always wanted to learn from him. But he never would sing that song unless it was raining. Now it was raining. And there was some gal there that had once been an ex-ballet dancer. I remember that because she took all her clothes off. Well, she didn't have too many to take off, actually. And she started dancing around that banana tree down in the patio there in the rain. I didn't want her to get lonesome, so I just joined her there, and we danced around and around the banana tree in the rain till the rain stopped finally, and that's when Frank played the South Coast on his Spanish guitar. You had to been there. It was coming daylight. We ended up over that same back fence. We ended up in a little bar somewhere down on Rue Royale with John Truman telling stories about the merchant marine and ships and the sea. I'd always wanted to be a sailor. I was really raised to be a sailor by my next door neighbor, old Captain Hinckley. Captain Hinckley was training me to be a merchant marine officer, and I had to memorize and all the points of the compass. You could box the compass to 32 points back then. After this story lasted about 3 days and nights, the bar ran out of beer. We decided we're gonna ship out in the merchant marine and ship out around the world. We went down to the Union Hall. We're going to try and get our seaman's papers. shipping was kind of slow. In order to get your seaman's papers, you had to have a letter from a captain promising to hire you. You brought the letter to the Coast Guard. Then you got a letter from the Coast Guard to the Union, got a letter from the Union to the Coast Guard, and get a letter from the Coast Guard to the captain, get another letter from the captain back to the Union, and then you were set. So we says, frigate. That's an old nautical term. We'll build our own ship. We ended up somewhere down along the river, just standing there. Did you ever stand and shiver? Just because you were looking at a river. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
You don't want to do one more? You do one more. What the hell? You only do one more? Do one more? Yeah. Do another short one, man. Yeah. Thank you, man.
I'll just do a short one for y'all. We got a action-packed bill of many, many fine musicians here. I was blown away by that storm. TV doesn't do it justice. I'm very honored and privileged to get down here and be with you and see it. There's a little song I was snowed up at a mountain cabin in Pennsylvania one time, and we had plenty of firewood. It was cold. Couldn't get out the door for 3 days. Had a bottle of Cuddy Sark with a square rigger on a ladle there, and a Bob Dylan record, and a refrigerator full of venison. We were set. I listened to that record over and over again. I finally learned me a new song. And then we drove into New York City, where they were having an open mic night at the Gaslight. It was Mississippi John Hurt's night off. And the usual crowd was assembled. Peter Lafarge, Dave Van Ronk, Ed McCurdy, Bob Dylan, the guy that wrote the song, and a couple of unidentified tourists from New Jersey. Peter and Paul were there. Mary was out shopping. I think I'm going to get up and sing them my new song that I learned. So I started with this song, you know, started playing the first verse of it. And Bob, the guy that wrote it, he stood right up in the crowd there, waved his arm at me, shouted, he says, "I relinquish it to you, Jack." I relinquish it to you? I never had nothing relinquished to me before. So I've been singing it ever since. That's a good idea. Believe I'll start rehearsing right now. At the end, you know, you can take a couple of pictures. Then it won't matter, I won't have anything to remember. sit and wonder why, babe. If and you don't know by now, and it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. It'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm a-traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you never done before. Ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, 'cause I can't hear you anymore. Thinking into wonder, walking down the road, how I once loved a woman, child, I'm told. Give her my heart, but you wanted my soul. But don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, babe. Thank you, man. Where I'm bound, I can't tell. Goodbye is too good a word, babe. So I'll just say fare thee well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind. Could have done better, but I don't mind. Just kinda wasted my precious time. Don't think twice, alright. Thanks a lot. Thank you, New Orleans. Coming back.
Dynamite, man. Dynamite. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ramblin' Jack Elliott. We are so glad that he came down with us. We're going to take a short 15-minute intermission right now. Go ahead back to the CD table if you can, if you would, and we'll see you in 15 minutes.
Championship Week presented by 7-Up continues with the America East Championship. Bob Wischusen and Donnie Marshall wrapping things up here in Albany. We'll be going at 2:07 for the tip. between Texas A&M and number 8 Texas in the Big 12 semifinals. And here comes the